All right, happy Monday, everybody. I am sorry I was not in the chat room as much answering questions today. I'm in Madrid for the moment, and I was teaching nearly a dozen challenge students. We had a little European trading challenge student meetup, which was awesome. We'll post some photos and videos in a little bit from this ridiculous presidential suite that I'm in. But I want to talk about the stock of the moment because today was a record day. This is one of my students, Nikhil. He made $77,000 on Friday, and he was in the stock in the roughly $3 range, and he was out at $10. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, this is amazing! How can he do that?" And the answer is, welcome to penny stocks. And today, one day later, one trading day later, I specifically said in my watch list I would not be rushing to short this. I have no idea where the top is. Those of you guys who were in Madrid before the market even opened when AQXP was, trading around 13 or 15, I was like, this thing could go to 20. It could go to 30. When you have a short squeeze, it's not necessarily just manipulation. It's, the short sellers, people who bet on it going lower, have to buy to cover their positions because their brokers demand the shares back and it becomes a short squeeze. And when there's a short squeeze, throw logic, throw value all out the window. The shorts don't have a chance to hold their short positions. The brokers and their mounting losses forces them to buy to cover. And when you buy to cover a short, that is the same thing as buying pressure. So when somebody is buying this stock at 10, 11, 12, 15, 20, 30, it's not necessarily that they think that the stock is going higher. It's just that they have to get out of their short position. And the cool thing is that a lot of people were caught short on this. A lot of people who like to short sell these penny stocks, basically what I teach, they don't always follow my lessons. And this is why my lessons and my rules are not optional. A lot of people say, Tim, why don't you have any big losses anymore? You're shorting these crazy stocks. Well, it's because my rule number one is to cut losses quickly. You let them run when you're right, and Nikhil was dead on right on the long, but if you're shorting, you have to cut losses quickly. I don't want you ever to get caught in a giant short squeeze and be one of the victims. And let me just show you how scary it is in case you ever want to say, Tim, why are you such a coward on your shorts? Why do you cover so quickly? Because this can happen. This stock went from Friday morning around $2 a share. Today is Monday, up to $55 per share. This is the single biggest penny stock run up in the past few years, if not the past few decades, all in 2 trading days. So when you look at my student Nikhil, who made 77,000, that's awesome. He banked, but he also left roughly $400,000 in profits on the table, and that's okay. My first $100,000 profit when I was a freshman in college, I left another $100,000 in profits on the table. I had two $70,000 profits last year in trading. I was trading with a rather large account. This year I'm trading with a smaller account to show you how to grow it. I'm up over 100% this year in a flat market. But last year I was trading with a big account. I had two $70,000 plus profit days. Both of them could have been over $100,000 or $150,000 had I held a few more hours on both of them. It's not the end of the world to lock in profits too soon. So congrats to Nikhil. He is also, I think, up another 30,000 today, shorting AQXP. And as you can see, even though there was a huge squeeze, it also came down quite nicely. And I got to give props to my first millionaire student, Michael Good. He found shares to short. I don't think he used enough of them. And I posted in chat, I'm like, Michael Good, if you're not going to use those shares to short, I want them. But he found shares to short at Interactive Brokers here in the 30s. If maybe it was even in the 40s. And it dropped 50% in a few hours. So several students cleaned up on the short today. I want to get to everybody. There's a lot of people. Here is Gabe. Even if you make, look at this, you made $100. I don't care. If you make $100 on a $300 investment, that's still pretty damn good. You're making 30% on one trade. Always give yourself props, Gabe. Here's Radik, another 100 shares. In at 25, out at 32, made $650. That is fantastic on a $2,500 investment. This one was one of my favorites. This is Legion, and he said, made 10,858 today. Thank you, Tim et al., for the guidance and inspiration. Well, thank you, Legion. Congrats. Here is Mike. He woke up late for work, so he played the market instead. Must have been my lucky day, up 200. That's awesome. You can make a few $100. I got to give props to this guy. I'm going to do a whole video lesson when we get more details on this trade. But Superman has been buying ZYNE each of the past few days. And, he sold out today into the big run up for a $592,000 profit. And that is fantastic. Here's Nikhil again. I have too many screenshots. I can't even keep track. Here's I posted this on my Facebook fan page. Dream Hunter wrote this, second trade ever, and he bought 100 shares at 834 and out at 42.40. So on an $800 investment, making over $3,000. Here's Andre from Russia, made $3,700. Thanks Tim Sykes for his teachings videos chat room. Tim, you're the best from Russia. With love. Well, thank you. Spasibo in Russian. And here is Wyatt, hit AQXP in at 11, out at 38.52 for a $4,900 profit today, all because of studying your strategies. Thank you, Tim. A lot of my critics and doubters are confused. They're like, Tim, why is everybody thanking you? You didn't give any buy alert. In fact, some of your commentary, you said that you thought it was going to be over at $5 or even $8 a share. Yes, I give a lot of commentary, and sometimes I underestimate stocks. But the beautiful thing about my whole teaching platform is, unlike other chat rooms, it's not just about buy and sell alerts. I have several DVDs. I have 3,000 plus video lessons, and they go over patterns exactly like this. So when everyone is scrambling saying, oh my God, I've never seen such things like AQXP, well, guess what, motherfuckers? I have thousands of video lessons that go over this exact same crazy pattern, and I outline exactly how to play it. So even if I don't personally play it well, in fact, I didn't make a dime off of it. So somebody who made $100 made more than me on this stock. The cool thing is I am a far better teacher than I am trader, and that is why I am a teacher and not a hedge fund manager or a prop trader. You have to recognize your strengths and your weaknesses in life. Yes, I have made $4.3 million trading, but given my experience, given the patterns that I see, given the opportunities, I probably, as I told my Madrid students, I probably have let roughly $200 or $300 million slip between my fingers. So yes, I am a multimillionaire, but I could have done a lot better. The good news is that I'm still rich from trading, and the better news is that my experience I can pass down to you to make you a better trader than I have ever been. A lot of people thought that was just like a marketing line. Oh, you're like the Manning father, and the Manning father of Eli and Peyton never made it to a Super Bowl championship, and now both of his sons are Super Bowl champions. Well, guess what? I am Archie Manning. I might not be the best trader in the world, but I do have 15 years of experience, which I plug into these video lessons and DVDs. And while this might confuse everybody in the world, guess what? When I said today that this could hit 20, this could hit 30, pre-market, when this was, pre-market, it was trading at like 14, 15, 16, 17, and everyone was just like, it's got to be the top. It's got to be. It's got to be. Nothing has to be. I have seen crazy stuff like this. Maybe not often, maybe not every day, but I have seen it. And trust me, you do not want to be trading these kinds of stocks without watching my DVDs, especially Penny Stocking Part 2 and How to Make Millions, where I really summarize these kinds of crazy patterns where you can specialize in going long on the breakouts and going shorts. You guys who are in Madrid, and the reporter who was here who witnessed it, you saw that, when this broke $20 a share, that was a buy alert. And it would have been too quick. Sometimes even if I had given an alert, it went from 20 to nearly $22 a share in like 10 seconds. So the alert would have been meaningless. Sometimes you have to understand these patterns and not wait for alerts, not wait for chat room commentary. And I'm not saying that I predicted it to go to 50 plus. I just understood that that was a possibility, and that allowed me not to lose my ass short selling, as a lot of people in other chat rooms and other newsletters did, because they did not understand how big of a supernova and how much upside potential there is. So you can ignore my video lessons. You can ignore my DVDs. You can say, oh, Tim, blah, 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 you're past your prime. Go ahead. Ignore me. See where it gets you. There's a lot of people on Instagram, they're like, oh, I don't want to pay for education. I'll just learn everything on my own. Well, guess what? If you learn everything on your own, it will cost you infinitely more money and it will cost you a lot more time. You can learn every single thing that I've learned in 15 years if you pretty much trade every day and become like obsessed with this exact kind of pattern. But if you just put in a little bit of time, you can watch all of my video lessons in under 300 hours of study. Now, I know 300 hours of study sounds crazy, but I've actually just calculated how big my video lesson library is. We're talking 250 hours of study. So if you put in 10 hours a day, we're talking less than a month, and you have an entire catalog of every single pattern, every single rule, every single variance, and every single nuance that I've learned in 15 years. And that's what I promise you. I don't promise you profits. I can't promise you anything, really, except my experience in all of my lessons. And I think, and I know, and experience has taught me, that that will help you become a better trader on the longs and the shorts so that you understand that these kinds of plays will happen again. Several of my Madrid students here were saying, they've seen a few of these supernovas, and when you see them at first, you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. It's never going to happen again. It will happen again. And the only question is, will you be prepared to capitalize off of it? Will you buy the breakout here or here? And will you be looking for shares to short? I was looking for shares to short, by the way, all afternoon, all day here. And I didn't get executed. I didn't find any. So that was my bad. Michael Good, my first millionaire student, did. Several other students did. So I'm not necessarily the best trader, but I have the right idea and the right mindset. And if I can pass that down to you, hopefully you won't blow up your account or lose a shitload like too many traders in other chat rooms and newsletters have been prone to do. A lot of these, quote, gunslingers, where it's so much fun, look at me trading every single day. I don't trade every single day, and I don't necessarily have the biggest gains. But as I told my Madrid students, all it takes is one stock for you to be wrong on, for you to blow up weeks, months, or even years of hard work. So you can ignore my DVDs if you want. You can ignore my extensive cataloging of this very similar pattern. But all it takes is one trade for you to blow up. And I've seen in other chat rooms too many traders who have lost 50, 60, 70, 80, 100% of their accounts on one or two trades because they have flawed teachings. They were not taught to trade safe enough. They were not taught to respect rule number 1 about cutting losses quickly. So I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to be like these students, making, tripling their money or quadrupling their money, and maybe making $3,700 or making $4,900 in a day isn't going to make you a Wall Street legend, but it will add up over time. And that is how my millionaire students and I have earned our millions. My average gain is only roughly $2,000 per trade. Okay, I'm not like some genius who can pick a stock that goes from 2 to 55. What I can do is play it safe, and what I can do is teach you how to make 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 here or there. And do that a few thousand times, it adds up. I have so many testimonials and screenshots. I'm just showing you a few. I'm here in Madrid. I'm filming this at nearly 1 in the morning. Okay, so I'm not anywhere near perfectly prepared for this stock, but I can't ignore this, and I can't ignore all of these awesome students' comments to me because I want more. I'm addicted to them. It doesn't matter that I didn't even trade this stock today. What matters is that you guys are banking and not losing your asses like too many other chat rooms. So congrats to Wyatt, to Andre, to Nikhil, to so many of you. I'm missing literally hundreds of names. All told, I count over $1 million in student profits today. I'll post them all eventually once I get organized. And congrats to Superman on his $500,000 plus profit today. This is what you need to learn from. You need to learn from successful traders and traders who show everything, not traders who just show one trade or two trades here or there and they look good. Superman and I have a multi-year, multi-decade track record. I saw him on the lion.com over a decade ago posting his free picks, and they would triple, quadruple, octuple. And I thought, guess what? He has some kind of amazing strategy and amazing talent. And he keeps proving himself day in, day out. So congrats to everybody. Oh, here's another one. I forgot to even bring up John Fine. He just messaged me and he traded AQXP, VLTC, and MHR, and he made 21,000 today. So whether you're making 21,000, 3,900, or 500,000, or even if you're on the sidelines and you're just sitting there in awe and you're like, I want to do this, get inspired by these successful traders. Get in my chat room. My chat room has been on fire, even when I have not been. And Tim Grittani has not been on fire the past few days. But my chat room has nearly 1,000 traders in it. It is the single biggest chat room right now. And we have more and more amazing traders every single day. So I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Congrats to everybody. John Fine, Superman. God bless, guys. This just pumps me up. I want to create more millionaires. Thank you.